The first instance had to do with behavioral issues. I enforced a rule when I was there that I did not want a foul-mouthed team, and so profanities were not going to come from Newbury Park athletes. So if someone did cuss or say a profanity, they owed me a mile. I had a couple throwers, they owed me their miles, you know, and then every time I was around them, they really kept it clean. And then other people, some girls owed me some miles, but Ian owed me a mile. And the instance was, he cussed, told him he owed me a mile. He started running the miles, lap 1 or 2. He decided that every time he went by me, he was going to cuss. Another mile, Ian. Another mile, Ian. It got to the point where he owed me 13 miles. This was not an uncommon thing. Kids would leave their cell phones on the track, and I would get them. So one of the girls suggested I go into the phone and look for the contact of mom, call mom, find out whose it is. So as I'm going through the phone, Ian starts running up to me screaming that it's his phone, and I said, stop, I'm not going to give you back the phone. And at that point, he reached around me and he grabbed my butt, he grabbed my stomach. I was holding the phone out to the side, and I pushed him off me, and I said, stop. I said, that's completely inappropriate. You're no longer on this team. Get out of here. And he said, well, that's still my phone. I want my phone. So I went through the phone, called. It was his phone. I was not going to tell his mom about the instance. There were still track kids around me. It was not the appropriate time to talk to the parent. Gave him back his phone. I said, okay, now get out of here. He went to his sprint coach, and within a minute or so, I hear the sprint coach yelling at me that I'm out of place, kicking him off the team. I went to my administrators. They did not feel that there was a need to do anything for me. And looking back on it, it might have been, for myself and my athletes, it might have been the best decision ever made, because there could have been a mass shooting back then that took me out and my athletes. I don't know if he had access to guns back then. If he did, I totally believe it could have happened back then. I was talking to some students and their eyes got wide. And I turned around and Ian had been standing behind me with his hand like this, being funny. And I remember yelling at him and being like, are you kidding me? It was just, but there was no point. What's the point to do anything? You know you can't do anything. You know no one's going to help you. There were a lot of students that saw that. Some of his friends thought it was funny. The girls that I had known, they just were dumbfounded. I could have told you that he wasn't right. I don't know how good of a faker he was. He must have faked it.